Jonathan Scott will soon be heading down the aisle, but he won't be taking a page from brother Drew Scott's wedding book. The Property Brothers star, who is engaged to actress-singer Zooey Deschanel, opened up about the couple's upcoming wedding during an appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show on Tuesday. While Scott and Deschanel have yet to work on the details of their nuptials, Scott teased that the ceremony will be nice and intimate. "We just want to have a kick-butt party with people we love," he told host Kelly Clarkson. Scott and Deschanel's low-key approach to their wedding stands in contrast to Scott's sibling Drew, who tied the knot with Linda Fan in a lavish Italian ceremony in May 2018. Drew went insanely big to the point where the resort couldn't handle the people, Scott joked. Drew added that he and Fan weren't expecting their wedding to become such a grand occasion. "We got married in Puglia in Italy, and we were told by all the experts and a wedding planner that, like, a tenth of the people you invite will come that far for the wedding," Drew explained. "So, we invited 350 people, and 310 showed up." The wedding's large turnout wasn't the only thing that overwhelmed Scott, who also playfully bristled at the documentary crew hired to film the wedding festivities. "I'm getting changed, and a camera crew comes in, and finally I was like, stop following me everywhere," Scott recalled, before quipping, "Real, authentic." Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel revisit their relationship timeline. Jonathan Scott, Zooey Deschanel get engaged in Scotland. After 4 years of dating, Scott and Deschanel became engaged in August 2023, a representative for Scott confirmed to USA Today at the time. Scott proposed during a family trip to Scotland, according to People magazine, with Deschanel's children Elsie and Charlie, whom she shares with ex-husband Jacob Peshenik, partaking in the couple's engagement. Shortly following Scott's proposal, the couple shared a selfie on Instagram announcing the news. In the photo, the new girl star was seen holding up her left hand near her face with a massive ring adorning her finger. "Forever starts now." The caption read: "The beloved TV stars first met in August 2019 while filming a sibling-themed episode of Carpool Karaoke, the series, which featured Scott, his brother Drew Deschanel and her sister Emily Deschanel. In 2020, Scott told USA Today that the COVID-19 pandemic sped up his nascent relationship with the She and Him singer. "I think we've essentially squeezed the normal equivalent of 3 years into 1 year because of isolation," he said. "So, it's been pretty great." Drew and Jonathan Scott reveal the most frustrating part about being mentors, and backed by the brothers. Exclusive fans will see a tougher side of the brothers in their newest HGTV series premiering on June 5. Drew and Jonathan Scott's latest home show is unlike anything fans have ever seen before. In HGTV's Backed by the Brothers premiering on June 5, the twin brothers, 46, pool their real estate expertise and resources together to help hopeful entrepreneurs manage some challenging projects. Some of these newcomers have a lot on the line and are desperately looking to make a profit through house flipping and other construction ventures, and the brothers have to decide if they think it's worth backing them or not. While Drew and Jonathan are used to calling the shots in their other shows, they also star in Celebrity IOU, Brother vs. Brother and Don't Hate Your House. They have to give up complete control and backed by the brothers and let their ments make all final decisions. People chatted with Drew and Jonathan all about the most frustrating part of being mentors in the new series, and how viewers will get to see a tougher side of them. Related, Cher once slid into Property Brothers star Jonathan Scott's DMs. He says, "Of course I responded. What you'll actually see in the show, which is really frustrating, is think of this," Jonathan tells People. "If you had us there at your investment property or your home, with all the experience we have, offering resources, furniture, designers, you name it, would you not take our advice?" He continues, "Well, in the show, some of these people who have no experience do the exact opposite of what we're suggesting. Then it comes back and hits them in the face. It's so frustrating because we're not taking over these projects, we're trying to assist these people to learn on their own and learn from their own mistakes. Echoing a similar sentiment, Drew says it's probably one of the most frustrating things for me because I'm a bit of a control freak. So for me, just having to let go is tough. While he admits it's difficult for him to watch these investors take the lead at times, he jokes that Jonathan is the one who often couldn't hold in his frustration. I will have to say Jonathan was probably a bit more blunt than I was with some of the investors, he says, adding, Jonathan has this vein in his forehead and when you see it starting to throb, he is getting frustrated and then the bluntness just comes out. The dad of nearly 2, he shares son Parker, 2, and has another baby on the way with wife Linda. Fan points out that the tough love is necessary in a show like Backed by the Brothers. I find it quite funny because it's real life, and on Property Brothers we're very encouraging, he says. Sometimes it's like parenting these homeowners, these investors, they just need the band-aid ripped off and they need a reality check. While the brothers have more than 25 years of experience under their belts, they admit they weren't always experts. One of the most empowering parts of this show for both of them is sharing their knowledge with these entrepreneurs who they see a little bit of themselves in. Drew describes one newcomer that viewers will get to know in the show as overconfident and almost faking it until you make it at the beginning. That's exactly what I was like when I was younger, and that's why I'm glad in the end he did come around and he realized that he has to be more open to those who have more experience. And that was kind of like looking in a mirror, he recalls. It's pretty empowering to see that kind of change in people. What I think is so valuable about this show is we are coming in and we are rescuing people, Jonathan says, and it's very satisfying to see somebody who is, for the lack of a better term, totally effed. Drew concludes, that was the big thing for us. To find a way to give back to people from our learnings over the last 25 years so that they can set themselves up for success and be able to afford to support their families. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share my video and subscribe my channel.